Before we start the video, just a quick reminder that I do have a Discord server, so if you haven't yet, please join it. We can chat there, and also it's a good way for me to communicate with you in case something bad happens to the channel. If you're interested, the link to it is in the description. Yo, what's up guys, it's OverlordX and I, and welcome to a new Ninjago video. The plot of the first Spinjitzu brothers books has been leaked. However, did you know that I took about an hour and a half before the production of this video to even understand what was going on? All of this comes courtesy from a Polish YouTuber known as Hexagon. I'll put a link to his video in the description, but golly, I had to translate absolutely everything and the translations were so difficult to comprehend. But well, I have to appreciate Google for giving me the opportunity to talk about this to begin with, so thank you. If you don't already, please rely on Google. They can actually do your homework for you, but anyways, you guys are watching because you want to hear about the plot, so let's go ahead and get started. Before we start though, quick disclaimers. First, Hexagon's video showed some images from Spinjitzu Brothers. I would show them, but at the same time, I don't want my channel taken down, because you know, copyright. So if you want to see these images, I'll put a link in the description. Second, not everything I will say in this video is 100% confirmed. Like I said before, it was very difficult to understand what was going on, so I feel like my understanding in some parts of the book are weak. That's why I'm going to leave a link to the translation in the description. There's going to be a Google Docs file which you can access, you guys can read it, and maybe you guys will do a better job understanding what is going on. But well, like I said, nothing here is 100% confirmed. And with all that out of the way, for real, let's get started. So in the beginning of the book, Jay shows up with an umbrella. This causes a little bit of nostalgia in Wu, and it influences him to tell a story. So some time ago, Wu and Garmadon were teens or young adults, and they were exploring a forest. They came across a monster, but a masked warrior saved them. Turns out that this masked warrior is actually a cat lady. She is half cat, half human. Wu and Garmadon decide to follow her. I'm unsure about this next part, if they really literally follow her, or if she disappears, but anyways. They come across some green cat ninjas, known as the Daisha Green Warriors. And yeah, these ninjas attack them, so Wu and Garmadon fight back. Again, unsure about this next part, but the cat lady saves them again, maybe? And it turns out that her name is like this, M-I-N-E-K-O. I'm unsure about the pronunciation, could be Mineko, Miniko, Mineko, Miniko. Who knows, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be calling her Mineko. And well, I think that Mineko is part of the Daisha Green Warriors. I don't know if she turns good or something to interact with Wu and Garmadon, but well. Turns out that the Daisha Green Warriors are bandits. Then we transition over to this flashback. Mineko is actually not always a cat. And apparently after she left the monastery, like Yang in Season 5, she invented her own martial art known as Kavusi. I think it has something to do with dancing. And the other thing is that she stole something from her brothers. I think Mineko stole the cat eye jewel, and this I'm sure about, she can't get it back because a curse was placed onto it, but yeah, again, unsure. Wu and Garmadon want to know more about Mineko and the first Spinjitzu master, but she tells them that in order to do that, they must first practice Kavusi and some other techniques. So Wu and Garmadon do that, and flashback. Apparently, Mineko made a huge theft, but regardless, the first Spinjitzu master took her in and trained her at the monastery. After Mineko's 18th birthday, there was a disappearance of a cat. I think that the first Spinjitzu master was taking more cat people into the monastery, and 5 of them were accused of something called Torineko. That was how the translation turned out. I'm unsure what that is, but yeah, whatever that is. I think Mineko is one of these cat people that ends up being accused. The first Spinjitzu master ends up losing trust in her. And yeah, you might have thought it. The first Spinjitzu master kicks Mineko out of the monastery. And well, that's the end of the flashback, and then the main adventure begins. Wu, Garmadon, and Mineko go on a journey to find the cat eye jewel. They encounter someone on the way and attack them. And now, for the rest of the book, I'm completely vague on. Like I said multiple times already, it was very difficult to understand. So I'm gonna tell you what I did understand, though I might be completely wrong. There was something about there being real bad guys or something like that. Sort of like in the movies where you think that one person is the bad guy, but it turns out that it is actually someone else. Could be the case with the Daisha Green Warriors, but anyways. There was also something about the bad guy stealing crowns of a gem. Could be relating to the cat eye jewel, but anyways. And apparently the person that Wu, Garmadon, and Mineko attacked is from something called the Felis Order. I think the order protects the cat eye jewel, but again, I'm unsure. This part I'm sure about. The cat eye jewel grants immortality. There was also something about it holding lives within it, but again, gibberish. Apparently Mineko used witchcraft in order to become a cat, Some arguing happens with Garmadon. I'm unsure if it was with Wu or Mineko, possibly even both, but Garmadon separates, goes to a village, and Mineko assumingly follows him. And at the village, twist. Mineko's a bad guy. She hypnotizes Garmadon, and yeah, stuff happens. Wu ends up with this guy who has a mustache and a man bun. He takes him to the Temple of the Defenders, which is pretty much the temple where the Cat-Eye Jewel is. And yeah, they go to warn of some impending attack. And remember how Jay showed up with an umbrella at the very beginning of the book, and that caused Wu some nostalgia? Well, this next thing is why the nostalgia happened. Garmadon suddenly appeared, holding an umbrella. Yeah, not the most amazing thing, but had to connect to the beginning of the story, right? And I also think that Garmadon might have married Mineko. Again, you know what I'm gonna say, but the translation was gibberish. Mineko awakens some legendary Feliz warriors, F-E-L-I-Z. These could be the Dacia Green warriors, but yeah, I'm unsure. Then the fight begins. Garmadon somehow regains his senses, falls on top of some person known as Charles. Could be the person with the man bun and the mustache. I understood that that prior person, the guy with the mustache and the man bun, was named like Ron or Dylan, something like that. And there was also something about a woman, librarian known as Brzenin. But anyways, Garmadon grabs the Cat-Eye Jewel, kicks Mineko off the temple, and they somehow win. Apparently these Feliz warriors melt, and then I think it was that Ron or Dylan guy that said that more people could come back for the jewel because there are still lives out there in the real world. These lives could be cats or something like that. I know, it sounds vague, but because of some reason, people could still come back for the jewel. And yeah, that's the book. I'm really sorry if it was difficult to understand my explanation. Like I said, you guys may do a better job than I did. Quick recommendation, maybe you guys can go down to the comments. You guys can chat with myself as well as others, and we can figure out what the plot of this book is. If some of you guys speak Polish, that is a relief because that could help us out a lot. But anyways, that's it for this video. What do you think about this? Please let me know in the comments. One more thing before we leave, the second book was actually renamed. Before it was called The Lair of the Dark Master, and now it is called The Lair of Tanabrax. I guess this Dark Master is now named Tanabrax, but well, we don't know who he is. If you are interested, I did make a video on him a while ago, so I'll put a card above. Please go check it out if you're interested, but with all that out of the way, I have nothing else to say. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. Bye.